Hello everyone, welcome back. It's Anton here with the Foundation, and in this video I want to talk about the power of content and the impact it can have on your business. So content is a great way to help people get to know your brand and help you to get discovered online. When it comes to putting out content, I always narrow it down to 4 goals, and I call it the big 4. Number 1 is entertain. So people are not online to get sold. They're not trying to get sold products, see ads. So basically, most people are on social media and different platforms as a form of entertainment. Either that or they're looking for information to reach some sort of goal that they might have. So entertain is a big part. If you can ever try to get something that makes people laugh, brings up any type of emotions, that's a great way to get people to remember you and for you to stand out. The second one is educate. Like I mentioned before, people are online if they're trying to get information. So the more you can educate on something that they're interested in, it'll definitely draw people's eye. It'll have people more interested in what you have. And number 3, create interest. This is where you put out your hook. This is where you say something or have some sort of picture that hooks somebody in, gets their attention right away. And then the last thing, and which is the most important, is provide value. You want to be able to provide something that is valuable or perceived to be valuable by the people that come across your content online. If it's something they don't seem as valuable, if they don't think it's entertaining, if they don't think they're learning anything, they're probably going to go right by it. So you want to try to incorporate all 4 of these things in all of your content on a regular basis, on a consistent basis, and you'll start to build a following, and people will be interested in your products and services. Now, no matter what type of content you're posting, you always need to keep in mind your end goal. No matter which one of these 4 you're using, it might be all 4, it might be a couple of them, they all need to draw attention and lead to a call to action. I'm not telling you to try to sell on every single post or every piece of content, but basically you want to get the attention first, and then when they look you up, they go to your page, they go to your profile. You'll have your profile set up to where they'll know what you sell, what you do, what type of service you provide, and hopefully you'll have an offer that's right there in their face when they look you up. That's what I call a profile funnel. I'll be covering that later on in a later lesson, and you definitely don't want to miss that one. So mainly when you get that interest drawn in, you want to always have an available call to action, something that they can easily find that can get them to you, to your products, to your services, without having to jump through hoops or trying to figure it out themselves. You want to make it as easy as possible for your prospects and your audience. So I put together a few content ideas. If you're in the course right now, it's below this video. And if you're in my Facebook group, I'll have it available for you as well. And it's just a few ideas just to get your mind swirling around about it. Now, every single one of these ideas, you always need to go back to the big 4. You always, before you even think about how you want to plan it out, go to the big 4, see which category it falls in. If not all of them, 1 or 2 of them. And then that's where you create your content. So on here I've got high quality pictures. You always, if you're trying to build a brand, you always want high quality pictures. It gives your business credibility. The second one is high quality videos and live videos. This is the age of video. People don't want to see too many text posts anymore. They don't care about the infographics. They're not trying to like look really squint and see what's all packed into this little infographic. You want to be personable. You want to have your business to have a personality. And it doesn't necessarily have to be people in the video, but it needs to be entertaining and put together well that'll draw people in. Now, live videos are big too, because live videos increases your reach. A lot of people will get an alert on their phone that you've gone live if they follow you. Even the Apple Watch. I get alerts on my Apple Watch that this person's going live. Alerting them that you're going live is huge. I mean, that increases the audience, and it makes people more engaged. And the more they like your live content, the more they'll be looking forward to come back. Now, next, I think every business needs to have a brand story and a nice video put together for their brand story. It creates interest in the product that you have, the service. It helps people get to know you, what's behind it, what's the story behind it. And I'll be talking about that later because that's very important to have a story. And it's even worth putting up a little money to get it professionally done. Another idea is highlighting your individual products and services. So it's powerful if you can make a video like addressing someone's pain point, something that they're having a problem or issue with, and your product or service is the solution for it. The more you can create videos like that, you'll have people wanting to learn more about what you have to offer. Specialties is another one. That's a big one. It's always good to know what your business does best or what your product or service does better than everyone else or different from everyone else. You want to kind of put an emphasis on that. I think I said that in a previous video, but it's good to actually put a highlight on something that they will only be able to find with your brand. Testimonials and reviews are huge. Most people that shop online now, the first thing they do is going to look up a review or a testimonial to make sure there's actually people that use that product, that they want to see with their feedback and what they think about it. So I encourage, however you have to do it, to you might be able to incentivize it or whatever you have to do. You want to get as many reviews as possible. Video reviews are great as well. So when people come to look for your product and they see people that are enjoying your product, they're more likely to have trust and they'll feel more comfortable with doing business with you. Team spotlight's another good idea. Most people like people. They want to have a connection. They want to feel able to relate. It's good to highlight one of your employees or your staff members or one of your partners to show off their skill set and what they do for the company, their specialties. It's really cool if you can figure out a way to put that in your marketing. It'll make people feel more comfortable. Like when they come in and do business with you, they feel like they know your brand as a whole. Helpful information and tips. So say you're a chiropractor and you're trying to get new clients in, but you got people out there that don't even know that they might need your services. So if you put out like articles or something interesting, tips or some sort of information that actually gets people to think, I might need that. You want that to happen. You can start getting new customers, people who might have not even thought of that they needed your product or service. You can reel them in that way. Offers and promotions. This is big. This is what gives people that extra push to go forward with doing business with you. If they see there's some sort of discount or a limited time offer, contests, exclusive offers, that actually gets people a sense of urgency that they might need to jump on that product or service right now. Create a poll. That's a good way to get feedback, get people engaged with your brand. You can get real creative with polls. You can actually even test the market to see what people want before you even provide a certain thing. You might be thinking about incorporating a new product or a service, and this is a good way to feel people out to see if they would even want that. If you can do a poll, you can do a poll on a few different ideas you have, and you have to get real creative with it. But you can really get some great information that'll get people excited. So another great strategy is multiplying your content, repurpose your content. You can take one piece of your content and make it into multiple different forms of content. Right here, these are just a few ideas, but starting from the top, you can take a YouTube video. You can take the raw video from that, not the actual YouTube link. It is good for backlinks to have your YouTube link on Facebook, but you can also get the raw video and repost the actual raw file to Facebook as a new post. You can post it in groups, on IGTV for your Instagram page. And then you can actually take the audio of it and make it into a podcast. And then there's multiple other ways you can do this. Another example I have here is Facebook or YouTube Live, you can make that into a different Facebook text post. You can actually like get it transcript to where it's an actual long form text, so people can read it and have an attractive image. You could have it transcript and put it in an email and send it out to your list. And you can even send people to the actual live video to get more engagement. And then you can actually post it on Facebook or YouTube as a separate post. I've seen people take podcasts and actually put the podcast on YouTube with just an image of them or relevant content on the screen, but it's just in the background. It has the actual whole podcast playing. So I've seen people do interviews to where they'll have a picture of each person on each side, and it's the whole podcast, but just a still picture on the YouTube video, so you can actually listen to the podcast on YouTube. And you can do the same thing on Facebook. You can put up an image and actually have the podcast playing in the background. Another idea. Now your YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, podcast, any of your content, you can actually take a lot of high quality images of yourself, and then you could pay someone. I like Fiverr.com. It's a reasonably priced freelancer site. You can get a freelancer to take your content and take little quotes out of it. Take high quality images of you, put some graphics around it, and throw the quote on there for you. You can make a whole bunch of those quote cards for your different social media sites. If you have a blog or like the blog, you can also make your post into a YouTube video. I used to be a big time gamer, so I go to IGN.com, and they always would have the written review, and at the top they would always have a video that you could click to watch the video review. It was really cool to have both. Both of those pieces of content kind of feed off of each other. You can do it the other way around too, a YouTube video to a blog post. So you can get your YouTube video transcripted and then made into more of a blog form with a little better copywriting than the video might have had, and make that into a blog post. And the cool thing about that, if you're linking these things to each other, it helps in SEO for backlinks, search engine optimization. So when people go to search for something in Google, it helps if you have links leading from one platform to another. So I'm hoping you found value in this so far, but I'm also going to leave you with a few action steps for you to think about when you're going out and put together your content to post for your business. The first one is to follow 5 to 10 authorities in the niche that you're in. The people who are big time, that are doing it right, they're paying big money to these agencies and or either hiring staff that can put together social media the right way. If they're big like that, on that level, they have millions of followers on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, they're doing something right. And what I want you to do next time you're looking at these authorities, make sure you follow them and then pay attention to the little details of everything they're doing. If they're making a video this way, or if they're the way they speak or using emojis, if they're using hashtags, if they're not, you want to pay attention to all the little details, and you'll start to learn how it works, and you'll start to learn how to work your way up as well. Along with this, I also find it highly valuable to join relevant Facebook groups. You can actually do the same thing, take a look at whoever's leading the Facebook group. If they're doing things a certain way, and then you can see they're killing it with it, you can take note of that and do it for yourself. And you can also get in these groups and provide value. If it's something that you know a lot about, since you're in that industry, you can always continue to just pour value into people. And then they eventually are going to look you up. They're going to be like, who is this person? They know this and that. They're going to come back to you. They'll see your profile funnel, which we'll talk about later. I'll show you how to do that. And then they're going to know how to get in touch with you, and they're going to see what you have to offer. The second thing is learn how to tell your story. Storytelling is huge. It's one of the best ways to captivate your audience, make them feel who you are, make them know, like, and trust you. I mean, first of all, people are going to be kind of stuck in the story because they want to know what's going to happen. But then when you tie it into your products and services, it makes it a whole lot easier down the road when you're trying to sell. I encourage you to go back and relive What got you to start your business in the first place? What got you to build that product? What made you want to provide that service? You want to go back, just relive it, write down everything down in detail. And, you want to tell when you got the epiphany that pushed you, that made you want to start the business or to release the product or to create that service. It actually helps people to connect with you even more. The last thing is be consistent. Marketing is attention based. You want to stay in the forefront of people's minds. If you start to fall off, people might forget about you. They might forget about your brand. You always want to keep something, new content, new things coming through to stay in the forefront of people's minds. A good way to do this is set goals, draw out a plan. You'll look at the authorities in your niche. You'll see how often they'll post and when the times they post and all that good stuff. And you can actually set up on a calendar to draw out when you're going to post on each platform every day. Have it all planned out so that you can just go and check boxes. You can go and get everything done and get people knowing what to expect from you. People will start to look forward to your content if you're consistent. They'll know when it's coming. Like a lot of people with podcasts, they'll tell you on every podcast, I'm going to be on Monday through Friday at this time every day. So they know if they like the last podcast, they know the next day at that time, they're going to have another one right there for them. So I hope you were able to take a lot from this. Go back, watch it again, and make sure you get it down, because once you do this, once you get this mastered, it'll make things a whole lot easier down the road. If you want help with anything, feel free to join my Facebook group. I want to get more people in there. I want to get your opinion. I want to get your questions. I also want a community of people that can help each other as well. So I'll have a link below this video. Join my Facebook group, and I'll see you inside.